Baghdad International Airport. This coming hours after the U.S. warned Iran may be planning new attacks on American interests. Hundreds of additional U.S. troops now in the region. Martha Raddatz standing by. The severe storm and flooding threat at this hour. Ice flying from a truck causing a major pileup. The system moving into the northeast overnight. Ginger Z timing it out. The urgent warning to American tourists. A state of emergency in Australia. The country's worst wildfires in history. The U.S. Embassy urging Americans to evacuate. Our crew there on the ground. Vaping crackdown. The FDA banning most kinds of flavored e-cigarette pods. Health groups blasting the Trump administration for scaling back plans. Chilling home surveillance showing an alleged kidnapping at the front door. A woman running up to the house attacked by a man as she pleads for help. What police are now saying. The SUV speeding over the edge of a cliff. Dashcam video showing the moment it launches into the air. The mystery now as rescuers try to find the driver and the vehicle. And the ABC News exclusive, Michael Strahan with Jeopardy host Alex Trebek and his wife by his side. His frank struggle about staying positive, keeping a sense of humor, and why he doesn't want to miss a day of work.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Whit Johnson in for David tonight. We begin with breaking news from Iraq. Reports of a missile strike at the Baghdad International Airport. Those reports claiming there are civilian casualties. It comes amid that showdown with Iran. President Trump blaming Iran for 2 days of violent protests at the U.S. Embassy there in Baghdad. Hundreds of additional U.S. troops rushed to the region, including these from the 82nd Airborne, boarding planes at Fort Bragg. And tonight, Defense Secretary Mark Esper warning that Iran may be planning new attacks on U.S. interests. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz leading us off.
Tonight, reports of civilian casualties at the Baghdad International Airport after a reported missile strike hit a cargo area, which shut the airport down. This follows the stunning attack on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, one of the most fortified in the world. For 2 straight days, Iranian-backed militias and Iraqi supporters hurling rocks, setting embassy rooftops and guard posts on fire, and ramming bulletproof windows while chanting, "Down, down with America." Nearly 900 additional U.S. forces were rushed to the region, with thousands more on alert if they are needed. With the Pentagon warning today that Iran may be planning more attacks on U.S. interests in the region, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs insisted that when it comes to protecting the embassy, there is sufficient combat power there, he said, air and ground, that anyone who attempts to overrun it will run into a buzzsaw.
Martha Raddatz joining us right now from Washington. And Martha, we're still getting more details about that missile strike on the airport. But what is the ultimate goal of those who attack the embassy?
Well, Whit, they say they want all U.S. troops out of Iraq and Syria, but so far their actions have only led to an increase in U.S. forces. Whit?
All right, Martha Raddatz, our thanks to you. Next to Australia, where the worst wildfires on the planet have triggered a warning from the U.S. Embassy urging American tourists to evacuate the fire zone. Newly released video showing one woman's fight to save her home with a garden hose. Families escaping to the beach after fire cut off all roads out. The Australian Navy coming to the rescue. Tens of thousands on the road ordered to leave their homes. ABC's Maggie Rulli reports from New South Wales.
Tonight, amid the worst wildfire conditions to hit Australia in recorded history.
The hose is burnt.
The fight to save homes. New video shows a 19-year-old woman who stayed behind despite evacuation orders using a garden hose to beat back the flames.
I can't breathe through my mouth.
With bad fire conditions in the forecast, authorities in New South Wales declaring a state of emergency.
The priority today is fighting fires and evacuating and getting people to safety.
The Prime Minister facing angry residents in a hard-hit area.
About the people who are dead now, Mr. Prime Minister.
The U.S. Embassy warning American tourists in the fire zone to get out immediately. New images show just how close the flames got to trapped families that have been forced to shelter on beaches.
Oh my God.
The military now using boats to deliver supplies. The fires have killed at least 18 people, and officials fear nearly 500 million animals.
Oh, we have lost thousands of koalas, thousands of so many other species. It's just criminal.
All over the country, places like this are still left smoldering, which is critical for firefighters to put out, because starting tomorrow, we're expecting even hotter temperatures and higher winds, meaning things could get even worse. Whit?
Maggie Rulli, thank you. Back here at home, the severe weather, a flash flood threat in 5 states across the south at this hour. That storm then heading into the northeast. A tractor-trailer crash damaging 10 vehicles in a rainy Georgia, and this semi losing control on a very wet ramp to I-20 in Cuba, Alabama. It comes as the last of the holiday travelers return home. ABC's Steve Osunsami reports tonight from Atlanta.
The storm in the south tonight is bringing heavy rains, flash floods, and dangerously wet roads. In the suburbs north of Atlanta, the semi-trailer that was hauling more than 22 tons slid off the road and crashed into this gas station parking lot. This surveillance camera was rolling, and people there say it sounded like an explosion. When they looked up, 10 vehicles were damaged.
Boom! I don't have words for it. And I'm like, oh gosh, what's that?
In Wyoming, this dash camera video shows another truck crashing on Interstate 25 near Cheyenne on Wednesday during this same storm. The big rig jackknifed and nearly struck a state trooper. West of Grand Rapids, the furious winds and high waves swept 2 teens off the Holland Pier and into a very cold Lake Michigan. The weather is getting in the way of the search for a 16-year-old girl who tonight is still missing.
It's precluding us from being able to get a boat out there or to put divers or anybody else in the water at this time.
And outside Boston, police believe ice flew off a vehicle and smashed through the windshield of this pickup truck. 4 people inside had to be rushed to the hospital. Some of those flash flood watches last through tomorrow. Some areas here in Georgia could see more than 4 inches of rain. Whit?
All right, Steve, thanks. Let's get right to ABC's chief meteorologist, Ginger Zee. And Ginger, these storms are set to take aim at the Northeast.
Yes, by Saturday night, Whit, into Sunday morning, that's when the Northeast will have to have the impacts from this. But let's talk about what's happening now on the map. You see a lot of green. That's the flash flood watch. These areas, Tennessee, parts of northern Alabama, and Mississippi, have had 200% of their normal the last 7 days, so a lot of saturated soil. Also, you could see damaging wind yet with this. So from Baton Rouge right up through Hattiesburg, Jackson, Mississippi, you'll watch for a potential for some strong winds in it. But then it moves east, right? So Atlanta up to, say, central North Carolina tomorrow, and then by Saturday into Sunday, that's when it could mix over to a little wet snow, especially away from New York City, western Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Whit.
We know you'll be tracking it all, Ginger. Thank you. We move on now to those new restrictions on vaping products. The FDA banning the sale of most kinds of flavored e-cigarette cartridges. But the plan backs off of the more sweeping changes President Trump first proposed, and health officials say it doesn't go far enough to protect young people. Here's ABC's Lindsay Davis.
Tonight, the Food and Drug Administration announcing a partial ban on some flavored e-cigarettes in an attempt to curb teenage and youth vaping. But critics say it does not go far enough.
It would be wrong to say that this is a step in the right direction.
The proposal eliminates mint, fruit, and dessert-flavored e-cigarette cartridges, but it still allows menthol and tobacco flavors and does not address liquids sold in vape shops.
By exempting menthol e-cigarettes in all flavors of liquids, it's a loophole big enough to drive a truck through, and it won't work.
According to recent studies, 5 million middle and high school students use e-cigarettes. In September, President Trump vowed to do something, quote, very, very strong about it.
It's, again, very new and potentially very bad. There have been deaths and there have been a lot of other problems.
But earlier this week, he sent more of a mixed message.
We have to protect the children. We have to protect the families. At the same time, we have a very big industry. It's become a very big industry. We're going to take care of the industry.
The president of the American Lung Association released this statement saying they are, quote, sad to see an industry-supported approach take precedence over our kids' lung health.
And Lindsay Davis joining us here in studio. Lindsay, the ban is just temporary, though.
Right, yeah. This ban is FDA policy for now, but the administration is really leaving the door open for the products to be sold potentially again in the future. But at this point, manufacturers have 30 days to stop making the affected flavors. Whit.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Next tonight, the chilling attack in Las Vegas, an alleged kidnapping caught on camera. Home surveillance showing a woman running up to the door of a house pleading for help. attacked by a man and dragged away just seconds later. Here's ABC's Clayton Sandell.
Tonight, chilling video of a man violently attacking a woman trying desperately to escape. A home security camera capturing the New Year's Day assault and alleged kidnapping.
This is a absolutely violent crime.
When the resident saw this video, he called Las Vegas police.
It's important that the public reach out, that these surveillance systems are so helpful for us in following up in countering the crimes.
Detectives using that video eventually arresting 23-year-old Darnell Rogers, now facing charges of domestic battery and kidnapping. Police say Rogers and his girlfriend were driving home from a New Year's Eve party when they started fighting, the woman jumping out of the car, running to that stranger's door.
The good news is police say the woman was okay, and as all this was going on, the couple's 1-month-old child was also in that car. Police say the child is safe. Whit?
All right, Clayton, our thanks to you tonight. Next, an emotional plea from the family of a man gravely wounded in a stabbing attack at a Hanukkah party, calling for an end to hatred and anti-Semitism. And investigators holding a news conference a short time ago, what they're now revealing about the suspect. ABC's Stephanie Ramos on the story once again.
Tonight, a passionate plea for action, days after a stabbing at a Hanukkah celebration.
I'm begging you, please stand up and stop this hatred.
The family of one of the victims, Yosef Newman, speaking out, releasing this picture of their father unconscious in his hospital bed.
He sustained multiple injuries. He has fractured skull. He's been sliced through his neck.
Newman stabbed in the head with a machete, one of 5 people seriously injured in that rampage at a rabbi's house in Monsey, New York last Saturday. Authorities arresting a suspect, 38-year-old Grafton Thomas, and say they found anti-Semitic writings in his car. Investigators now looking into whether he is connected to a separate attack on a local Jewish man back in November. His family and attorney insisting he does not harbor hatred for Jews, but instead is in desperate need of a psychological evaluation and wasn't on his medication.
Is this a clear case of anti-Semitism from your perspective?
There was enough to make the nexus between the federal charges for a hate crime as opposed to just a vicious attempted murder.
Police say there has been a spike in hate crimes in New York State, at least 13 since Christmas Eve.
Police are examining a car looking for any evidence that may connect Thomas to that earlier stabbing attack in November in this town. Right now, police say there is no link, but local leaders in this area are increasing security measures, adding police patrols and installing panic buttons at places of worship. Whit.
Okay, Stephanie, thank you. Now to the race for 2020. The Democratic field is narrowing again tonight. Julian Castro, the only Latino in the running, announcing he is dropping out. And with the Iowa caucuses just a month away, there are new fundraising numbers just out revealing the state of the race. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Iowa.
Tonight, the Democratic field narrowing. Julian Castro announcing he's dropping out of the race for president.
So today it's with a heavy heart and with profound gratitude that I will suspend my campaign for president.
Castro, the only major Latino candidate, has been outspoken about the increasing lack of diversity.
They need to create a presidential primary system that actually reflects the diversity of this country and of this party.
With just over a month left until the Iowa caucuses, the remaining candidates barnstorming the state and releasing their latest fundraising numbers. Bernie Sanders raising a whopping $34.5 million in the last quarter. Pete Buttigieg taking in $24.7 million, while former Vice President Joe Biden having his best quarter with $22.7 million. But for the campaign season, still lagging far behind those rivals.
Do you think you've raised enough money?
Oh, I know we have.
Elizabeth Warren has not released her numbers yet, today attacking her competitors.
I didn't spend one single minute selling access to my time to millionaires and billionaires.
While Biden may not be leading in fundraising, he has been the focus of many of President Trump's attacks and says he survived and is still going strong. Whit.
Eva Pilgrim on the campaign trail for us. Thank you. And one more note from the impeachment showdown tonight. A watchdog group releasing unredacted leaked emails that confirm President